Listen to Governor Shapiro. Even though I switched over to Republican, I'm going to give your Democratic butt some credit on this. 95 is going to be open by like noon today. And they pretty much got the job done. But in the speech, he has said some things in here that's very important you may want to take on as a life journey and life lesson. This is like your typical Pennsylvania governor right here. I tell you that right now. Stuff like this would have took forever to get done back in the day if a demolition happened like this. And the highway wouldn't have got done this quick. It wouldn't even got done in 6 months and stuff like that. It would have took years. There's other construction projects going on in that area with the Bessie Ross redesign up the ramp, the Revive 95 project going on. I mean, that section of Cotman Avenue was pretty old, but dating back into the 70s. And then, I mean, really, that highway's been around all my damn life. All my life. All my life in Pennsylvania. Parts of it, when I was young, wasn't even open. You couldn't even go past the Gerard Point Bridge or Enterprise Avenue. You had to go straight down to Enterprise and make the left or make the right onto to Allen Avenue. Then you make the left on the old 291, which is there no more, which is replaced by an airport parking lot right now. That's what it's replaced by. You know what I'm saying? So the 291 that I used to know went continued down Allen under the 95. Under the 95 overpass and makes a left down to Bartram now and goes all the way down to the old industrial highway. See, the other side of it was going through the airport. It was an industrial highway that you had back in the day. Before that was built, you had Essington Avenue, which is where the airport and rental cars was at. I wasn't born at that time, but I was born when they built the new Bartram Avenue and all that. So here's the deal. The part of 95 that was built from Enterprise Avenue all the way to 420 was done in 1985. That was done in 1985. It's a big history behind this road. You know what I mean? Then when you went 95 north, you had to get off at exit 10, which is Route 291, and fall on the industrial highway and go the same way just to get back on 95. So you had to go on the industrial highway all the way to which changes on the Penrose Ave, you know what I'm saying? And you had to follow the industrial highway, then you had to make the right on Allen Avenue, then you go down past the overseas terminal, which is no more. It's an empty lot right there. You could look at the jets and all that from there. I may have made a couple of videos there I never posted. Then from there you had that little big loop and a sign for 95 up there on Enterprise. Then you go on 90. Then you go on 95 North right there at the Enterprise Avenue ramp. So all that changed in 1985. Then here's the history on it. 2018, the highways just is fully connected from Canada to Miami, Florida. For years, when the highway was built in Pennsylvania and stuff like that back in my time, you could not even take 95 fully all the way to New York City and New York City in North Jersey. You had to, when you was coming up through my state, you had to get off somewhere. Most people today had to take 295 to Delaware Memorial Bridge and get on the turnpike and stay on there. You know what I mean? You was coming up in the Philly area, you're growing up here. I mean, Chester, you had to basically go to you had to get on the Commodore Berry and go to exit 2 and stuff like that on 322 just to get on the New Jersey Turnpike. Or you had to go all the way up to the Walt Whitman Bridge, Interstate 76, and get off at 168. And at 168, that's exit 3. You had to get on from there. Then the most of the people up in the Northeast and all that, and upper Northeast Philly and all that, we had to go past the Boulevard Route 1 and had to get on 9. It had to cross over to exit 4 and exit 5, the Bessie Ross Bridge, the Tacony Palmyra Bridge, and all that, just to get to exit 4, that's 73 and or exit 5. You know what I'm saying? Because now today 95 starts at exit 6 now, which is now the PA Turnpike. The PA Turnpike ramps was not built back then until 2018. Now it's actually connected now. You know what I mean? Ever since then, as a full-fledged highway. So this thing kind of through weeks set us back to 1985 is what I say. Could be when I had to go to New York, I had to take the old-fashioned way. When I had to come to New York, instead of me going on exit 6, following 95 all the way down to where I live at, I had to basically go all the way down to exit 3 and get off at 168 and cross and get on and even get on 295. Matter of fact, I had to cut up Belmingo Road and all that and get on 42, which ended right there at 295 and continue down 76 just to cross over and then start on 291. I'm not named Keystone 291 or the 291 technology for nothing. So, and that's how that pretty much went back in the day. So not a lot of people back in the old days didn't really take 95 straight up unless they were going to like Trenton and all that. So it was all completely different back then. So when you took 95 back in that time, no ramps at Enterprise Avenue and all that, but all the ramps for like 611 and all that was there, but 611 back then was 291 back then, you know what I'm saying? Off of the Broad, that was the old Broad Street ramp back there in the 90s, you know what I mean? Then the South Jersey ramp where it says 76 going on the walkway bridge to Packer, you know what I mean? Then you continue on to 676. 676 was not done until 1985. Before that, you had to go down Route 30. You had to go down Route 30, you know what I'm saying, and could rejoin 676 again to go to 76. That's what you had to do. 76 used to come up around like 17th Street and become and I think it was just Race and Vine Street. That's it, Race and Vine Street. That's what it was. All the way to the Benjamin Franklin Bridge, and that's another way you got on 95. I don't remember those ramps back then getting on 95, but I know when they got done 676 back in 85, all that was built back then to connect 95, you know what I mean, in Girard Avenue. Girard Avenue was at a whole complete different ramp. I remember being stuck on that ramp back in the day. I remember my Ford battery went out. I didn't have a charge, so I had to go. I had tried to get the police. The police wouldn't give me help. He told me to get out of their face down there on Delaware Avenue. So I had to take the L all the way back home. I had to grab my homeboy from his crib. We drove all the way up there. My car stuck on 95. He went ahead, charged my battery and stuff like that, and got off the ramp and everything. Then I drove my car home. So my homie was always there when I got stuck or something, you know. You have people back then. You had people that was actually like your real actual AAA. People really helped you back then and went out the way to do things. It was a completely different time back then. It was a completely different time, you know. But then they changed. All that changed when they redesigned 95, moved to Girard Avenue ramp up a little bit much further up to what it is now. So, so when that thing happened, crazy. But now it's going to be opened up in a few more hours now. So I give you the credit, Governor Shapiro. I'll give you the credit. You know what I mean? I like what you did and the confidence that you show. And the confidence I like to show when I do things on my channel and all that. And put the beef behind. But one thing I let get wrong is my emotions. And you about to hear why you should not let your emotions get in the way. Let's listen to Governor Shapiro when it comes to that. All right? Expect them on video. But I'm just breaking down some things right here that emotions don't get you nowhere. Getting the work done with no excuses and having the power to do it and take care of things is what's very important. These guys sacrificed their Father's Day and stayed on the job 24/7 doing different shifts and made no excuses about it. Now we have a done finished highway and stuff like that. Less than 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Pennsylvania made history with this. Listen.
Made tremendous progress over just the last few days. Think about this. In 9 days, these folks behind me here have completed the demo, built the entire structure for the interim roadway, and begun installing these barriers. That is all due to the incredible work of the women and men of the Philadelphia building trades, our contractors, led by the great Buckley and Company, and the exceptionally talented team at PennDOT, led by Secretary Mike Carroll. As I said when I was here last Wednesday, this team is the best in the world. This is the team I want to be on the field with. And this is our championship. They build things.
Listen to that. Listen to what he just said. Right back in there. The team that you want to build with. You have strong people who make no excuses and stuff like that. Like if you're on the battlefield. When you want to be on a battlefield with mercenaries who know how to shoot straight, know what you're doing, that could just get you through on point, or with some weak cats who can't shoot correctly, next thing you know, everybody's being killed off and they're making excuses about it. Shapiro did make sense with that right there. Let's continue.
Things safely, and they build them the right way, and they get the job done. And let me be clear, nothing gets in their way. This weekend, they worked through the pouring rain. Just yesterday, they worked through the scorching heat. They have worked literally around the clock, 24/7 in 12-hour shifts. And while so many Pennsylvanians were enjoying this holiday weekend, celebrating Father's Day with their families, these hard-working Philadelphia buildings tradesmen were out here on the job, working their tails off to get this road reopened as quickly as possible. And I want to say a special Happy Father's Day to every father who was working on the bridge this Sunday instead of being with their families.
Y'all heard? Let's continue.
On Saturday, I flew over this site with President Biden. And then I announced with him and the mayor and others by my side that we would have traffic flowing again on I-95 within the next 2 weeks. Based on the tremendous progress that we have made over the last 72 hours and the time it takes to complete the remaining steps, I can confidently state right here, right now, that traffic will be flowing here on I-95 this weekend. This weekend. We have moved with all possible speed and precision at every level of government. Let me again thank the President of the United States, the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, and all of our federal partners who have spared no resource to help us get this done. We brought together federal...
95 is a very special road to me in my area, the Philadelphia region. Not special, but it's been in my entire life. This highway's been my whole entire building. As that highway was built in the 70s, I grew up with this road here in the Philadelphia region. You know what I mean? So for them to get this done is monumental. Very monumental. And I thought it couldn't be done, to be honest. All right? Let's continue.
State and local agencies, together with our contractors, our suppliers, and our workers. I want to say a special thanks to Mayor Kenny, whose active hands-on leadership here, making sure everything we needed from the city, every issue that was needed to be addressed in the city was addressed because of Mayor Kenny's leadership. Mayor, we thank you and your administration. Everyone has worked around the clock to get this done, and we have completed each phase of this project safely and way ahead of schedule. You know, the experts that first day on Sunday told us it would take months to reopen I-95.
Hear that? It said it was going to take months. Said it was going to take months. Okay, Josh, keep it moving, cuz.
We're now on track to open I-95 in just about 2 weeks after the collapse. We're showing the rest of the country that Philly and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we're tough. We're showing them what we are all about. We're showing them our grit and our resilience.
That's right. 215 forever, baby. Delaware Valley all the way. Yep, it's always in us, and it's instilled in us to get things done. And that's instilled in me and to do things. But I made mistakes in the past too. So I apologize to my audience from a long time back.
We're showing them our ingenuity and our hard work. This is what it looks like when we all work together. This is what it looks like when government comes together to get the job done for the good people of our city and our Commonwealth. This is what it looks like when cops and construction workers work together. This is what it looks like when the ingenuity of Delco meets the grit of Philly and we work together.
Very important what he's saying. Pay attention, folks. Pay attention.
To get it done. This is what it looks like when we all come together. When we're tested.
Come together. And when our people in our own race are all going to come together and get things done. And look at what they did in a short amount of time. And so what excuse do you others have? What do you have? Cricket. Let's go.
In the eyes of the nation, we're on this site right here in Northeast Philly. We all rose to the occasion together. And we showed that we can do big things again here in this city and in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And this section of I-95 behind me is proof of that. This weekend, you'll have less time in traffic and more time with family and friends. This weekend, our struggling local businesses here will hopefully be filled again with great patrons ready to enjoy their food and their beer and all the services they provide. This weekend, our commuters will finally be able to set their Monday morning alarm clocks back to the regular time because they won't have to spend extra time in detours. And this weekend, Secretary Mike Carroll will finally leave his temporary digs inside that truck and go home for a very well-earned rest. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our great Secretary of PennDOT, Secretary Mike Carroll. Secretary. Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm going to forward this right here. He said some very key things that y'all people need to pay attention and listen to. You know what I mean? So let me go ahead and see if we can to see Mayor Kinney what he has to say.
Crews who have labored nonstop through the holiday weekend to get this done for the city of Philadelphia, our state, and for our country. I'm proud of the work that we are doing together. If you've been watching the live stream, you've seen significant progress has been made, as you can see behind me. This is not easy work, but together we are making great progress thanks to a clear shared goal, because we all know the impact that this collapse is having on workers, travelers, businesses, and families. And I'm grateful that we've made so much progress and expect a reopening, as the governor said, this Saturday, Sunday, which will alleviate the challenges for this area of our city and the many people who travel through on a regular basis. So thank you again, Governor and Secretary Carroll, for your immediate response and prioritizing this project. I also want to take a moment to recognize all the incredible people behind me representing almost every department in the city, our wonderful state police, and all these construction men and women who...
People in my state, they had to pay for this project. So when you go around this intersection, don't be flying like a bat out of hell like you usually do. Take your time driving this road. They're going to be out. But do it for the safety of others and stuff like that, and respect the others that are around you in their cars and doing their thing and trying to get to where they get to so people can get home safe. Because this area is known for a lot of accidents. Okay? Keep talking, Kenny. Mayor of Philadelphia.
Work hard and work skillfully to get this done. I want to thank everyone involved. So I want to thank everyone here for their hard work and support. I'm proud of what we've accomplished together. I look forward to our continued partnership as we work to finish this project. And again, Governor, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Now we're happy to take a few questions. Rosemary?
Can you pinpoint whether it's Saturday or Sunday?
Okay, they're just doing questions. Let me see. There's something very important.
A couple days ago when we spoke together, I think he speaks for all of us. Our hearts go out to the family. We send them our well wishes, and we're praying.
That's the driver they talking about who was killed from New Jersey.
Yeah. You know, you asked that question over there, then you moved. You're going to get the same.
He got plucked. Wow. Got plucked.
Go ahead.
Mayor Kenny, quick question. I know the Commerce Department has gone to some of the businesses that have been impacted. The governor mentioned those businesses getting people back in. Does the city have any plans to help those businesses financially that have been impacted by the closure?
Well, the Finance Department...
They're going to help them businesses. Let me go ahead. I'm trying to get to a very important...
Because it was full. The loader picked up a load of rebar, started turning around. I'm in my office in Harrisburg, in the governor's office, and I'm screaming at the television because there's no dump truck there. They're about to dump the rebar on the ground, and then just like a perfect, I don't know, like synchronized swim match or something, I don't know, it pulls up the dump truck, they load the rebar in, and they take it away. These guys know what they're doing. It is amazing for the public to see. I've loved watching it. It pumps me up, and it should pump up all of us to know that these guys are out there doing this hard work every day. I'm proud of the civic pride people feel, and I feel it too.
We're on the last one right here. This is obviously not the first crisis we've dealt with this year, let alone the past few weeks and few months. I guess, how is everyone able to keep the energy up? And I was wondering, with the recent events we've dealt with in Philly, has this affected how you guys respond to future crises, Dave?
I think everybody here is a professional. We all have a job to do. From me and the mayor to Boyer and the tradespeople who are out doing the work to the secretary, one of the things that we've all focused on here is recognizing each and every one of us has a job to do, and we've all gone out and executed. I'm a believer in my administration. I think we've infused this through our leadership team, and you can see it, Mayor Kenny's team and everybody here. No drama. Absolutely no drama, no emotion. Focus on doing the job. Everybody performs their task, and you see the effect of that. Everybody coming together, doing their job, and we're going to have this road reopened this weekend. Thank you all very, very much.
See? That's how you end it. That's how you fucking end it. He went ahead, said it right then and there. Hit on the noggin. No emotion. No emotion at all. Was going to put a highway clip when this video open. I do that later on and separate. But remember this words from Governor SHAPIRO. Getting the job done. No emotion. All right? So I salute you, Governor SHAPIRO, and all that. And y'all did a good job. Good work, good work, good work, good work, good work. So, you get a credit. And finally, President Biden, you get a little credit too. Even though I don't want to. But, oh well. Y'all did what you did for the region. Now we're going to have an open highway. Just drive carefully on it, people. But he said something very important. I'm going to rewind it back again.
Just like a perfect, I don't know, like synchronized swim match or something, I don't know.
Remember
it pulls
this.
up the dump truck, they load the rebar in, and they take it away. These guys know what they're doing. It is amazing for the public to see. I've loved watching it. It pumps me up, and it should pump up all of us to know that these guys are out there doing this hard work every day. I'm proud of this.
Confident Italian, I give it to him.
And I feel it too.
We're on the last one right here. This is obviously not the first crisis we've dealt with this year, let alone.
Listen to this before I end the video. And that's going to be it.
Past few weeks and few months. I guess, how is everyone able to keep the energy up? And I was wondering, with the recent events we've dealt with in Philly, has this affected how you guys respond to future crises, Dave?
I think everybody here is a professional. We all have a job to do. From me and the mayor to Boyer and the tradespeople who are out doing the work to the secretary, one of the things that we've all focused on here is recognizing each and every one of us has a job to do, and we've all gone out and executed. I'm a believer in my administration. I think we've infused this through our leadership team, and you can see it, Mayor Kenny's team and everybody here. No drama. Absolutely no drama, no emotion. Focus on doing the job. Everybody performs their task, and you see the effect of that. Everybody coming together, doing their job, and we're going to have this road reopened this weekend. Thank you all very, very much.
That sums it up. Early, finito, done. Remember these words from the governor. These are words I'm going to remember from this governor for the rest of my life. And that's what we be talking about. Like when I talk to my Israeli buddies and I talk to other people. Getting the job done. No emotion, no drama. That's in the story right there. All right? That's 291 Technology. I'm signing out. 1. No more to be said. Let me get it ended when he leaves.
Stay tuned on that. We got a surprise for you. Folks, quickly, State Senator Jimmy Dillon here, and before the gentleman leaves.
Already? So those are very key words that y'all want to listen to when you go through your life experience to get things done. All right? PA show no emotion. I'm out.